Hey there, how are you today? My name is Dana Demora and you have landed on Astrocast. This is your full moon report for the full moon in Aries happening on October 17th at 4:27 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, so I want to preface this video by reminding all of us that we don't have to look at the astrology before we act. I'm not a believer in that. And I am a believer that if we understand what's going on with the astrology, we then have a choice in how we want to use that energy. And so, what I want to say is if you haven't listened to the weekly forecast, I'm just going to tell you the theme, and then you can go back and listen to it if you want. And the theme is always based on what's happening throughout the week. So, the theme this week is moderation, presence, grounding, all three words. If you want to know more, go back and listen to that recording. But in this recording, I want to talk about the Aries full moon, which is absolutely positively intense. I'm just going to say it. It's beautiful. Remember, full moons are when the sun and the moon are opposing one another in the sky. So that in and of itself creates a sense of intensity. However, when we have the moon in a fire sign like Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac wheel, it will create intensity, period, end of story. But there's a ton of transits that I want to go through, and I want to explain it to you as to why this is an intense moon. And something to think about, when we talk about lunar cycles, we have 13 of them a year, a calendar year, which means we have 13 new moons a year. And in between those new moons, we always have a full moon. So that full moon is always about letting go, celebrating, paying attention, releasing, however you want to use the energy, but it's intense energy. This one in particular is pretty intense. So let me pull up my screen. All right, pull out my glasses so I can share this with you. So you see all those red lines? That's intensity, okay? Those are just, lines for an astrologist to look at it and say, oh, holy smokes, we may have a lot of opportunity for change. Now, I want to point out a couple things. Here's the sun, boom. Here's the moon, boom. Oh, yay, Chiron, okay? So any change or energy vibe that you're experiencing, any kind of opportunity to make a shift, it's going to result in some sort of healing. Okay, now Chiron has been in Aries for quite some time, since 2018. So we have this energy that is asking us to heal. Okay, this is a very action-based moon. Why? Why, Dana? Why is that? Oh, because we have Mars over here. Mars is creating a T-square to both the sun and the moon. Now, when you have a T-square, first of all, Mars is the ruler of Aries. Mars is fire. Mars is the initiator. Mars in Cancer is huge. Okay, Mars in Cancer I guess the biggest thing I want to say about Mars in Cancer is that it's action based around sensitive topics like your relationship to, you can call it whatever you want, the feminine, the mother, your physical relationship with your mother, the mother wound, whatever you want to call it, nurturing, your ability to be nurturing, accept nurturing, all of that. Okay, so that energy will be the undercurrent for this full moon. Okay, so I want to point out one more thing. Oh, hello, Pluto. Hello, Pluto. There's Pluto. Pluto is also creating a T-square to the sun and the moon. So that means we have a Foursquare. Remember Foursquare? Anybody remember Foursquare? That was a really fun game. Broke my arm playing Foursquare when I was in like 4th grade. Anyways, okay, we have Pluto opposite Mars. Now, it's not an exact opposition. It's not exact, very well aware. However, it's 7 degrees orb, which means it's close enough to have an impact. So Pluto, which is now going direct, has now gone direct, moving toward Aquarius, moving out of the sign of Capricorn, where it's been for, since 2008, moving away from hierarchy and moving into altruistic views. That's painful, right? Like, we're so used to doing things one way, and then here's Pluto saying, we're not going to do it that way anymore. We're going to move into a more altruistic view, a more view around humanity, less of competition, less of judgment, less of this top-down management, and we're going to move into collective energy. Okay, opposing Mars, which is all about, action oriented. Let's do the thing. Let's push through. Let's create this sense of fire during a full moon. Like, okay, hello. This is called what we call a grand square. A grand square is intense. Grand square is intense. So we don't want to avoid the energy, because when we avoid the energy, then it creates this like squishy, but I gotta release the energy. So my invitation to you is to, use your practices, employ your practices that support you in allowing yourself to, ground, but use the energy in a way, use this aggressive, assertive, powerful energy in a way that will support healing, that will move you closer to your dreams, that will, keep you fired up in a way that is supporting a new emotional response to life. So maybe you get triggered with all the political paraphernalia that's out there now. You could choose to ignore it. That's fine. It's what I do, but it's not a huge trigger for me. Or you could choose to sit, maybe listen to whatever it is you need to listen to, to stay on top of what's happening because you feel that that's necessary. Do it while you're walking. Put in your little headphones and do it while you're walking. Don't just sit there and let that stuff fester. I hope this makes sense. This is a grand square in cardinal signs. Okay, so cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. This is powerful. This is making Mars and Cancer, first of all, is making a huge statement all on its own. Then we have this grand square in cardinal signs, which is focusing on creating action in your life. So like taking that step, right? Mars opposite Pluto, which is like, what? It's huge, guys. So this storyline, whatever it is that is creating, co-creating in your life, this is going to go on all the way through to April 2025. Now remember, Jupiter is also in retrograde. Jupiter will be in retrograde until February 4th of 2025. So this is asking you, what do you value? What do you love? How are you using your energy? What's important to you? All the same time that we're being asked to have this rapid forward motion through, guess what date? I'm gonna guess? January 2nd, 2025. I'm sorry, January 6th, 2025. There's some part of me unconsciously that didn't even want to say that date. Okay, but listen to this. This is crazy. Cuckoo crazy. Are you ready? Okay, full moon. Okay, Mars will move into Leo. So Mars is going to go, here's Mars. Okay, Mars is going to go boop, 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 move into Leo on guess what day? November 4th. Okay, right before election day, guys. Okay, then Mars is going to be in Leo. But then Mars is going to begin its retrograde on December 7th. So Mars is going to go boop, 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 and it's going to land back into Cancer on January 6th. Okay, so you got to know how to handle your big feelings. Okay, if there's a shitstorm and it's outside of you and it's out of your control, don't get caught up in it. That's just silly and not smart. So Mars opposite Pluto can stir up difficult conversations, difficult topics, right? That can like make us feel a little bit of uncomfortableness or discomfort, if you will. So with this energy at play, what I want you to do is just be grounded, employ your spiritual practices, whatever they are, okay? And allow yourself some space before reacting, before speaking, before anything. Just allow yourself some space. Okay, there's some deep emotional healing at play here. Why? Because of Chiron. Look at Chiron. Chiron's like cuddled up to the moon. Chiron's like, this is all about your healing. Let's just make it happen. It's really important, you guys. This is really, really important. So Mars and Pluto, again, just one more time, I want to talk about this, is working with this full moon to actually spur you into action. But Chiron is really like, hey, let's just use this energy for portals of power toward our healing, honestly. And I know sometimes that sounds like woo-woo. It's not meant to sound woo-woo. What it's meant to do is it's meant to give you the wisdom to understand that when things happen in our lives, we have an opportunity to react or respond. And I want you to respond. I want you to maybe inquiry during this full moon. Why is this triggering me? What is really at play here? Is this some sort of lesson that I've been experiencing over and over and over again? Okay, well, how can I shift it this time? Okay, so use this energy not to bypass your big feelings. That's just not supportive. Use this energy to actually support your big feelings and create healing. Whatever that trauma bond, old wound, repetitive story that shows up with different people, different places, different things, that's important. You gotta pay attention with this full moon, because this full moon will give you the space you need to actually eradicate old stories. So what you want to do, think about it this way, taking practical action, well thought out self-inquiry from a place of love. Okay, again, super cheesy, but true. I got three more transits that I want you to be aware of that's actually supporting that whole cheesy state of mind. Okay, Venus is going to trine Neptune and trine Mars. Right, here's Venus, yay, trining Neptune over here, trining Mars. So this is going to soften things. This is where the softness comes in. Okay, focus on what is beautiful in your life. Feel free to like channel that energy that you're pissed off about or you're frustrated with that you can't control, right? And then focus on what is beautiful. That's why I said, you know, if you need to listen to something that where you feel like I need to stay apprised of what's happening in, you know, North Carolina and the election and the whatever, okay, do it while you're out in beautiful nature. Okay, Neptune and Venus are going to sextile Pluto, which is going to ask you to connect to your heart, and Jupiter trines the sun. Okay, so be ready to expand, be ready to like feel those big feelings. Like, it's okay to feel the big feelings. It's not okay to react, right? Respond. So use your tools to respond. Let this full moon dissolve, alchemize, release any old stagnant energy. And then just know that on the other side of all of that is like the deep healing. I hope this helps, guys. It's going to be a big week. Be kind, be loving, start with yourself. Have a gorgeous day. Namaste.